I hid my husband's inheritance after he said I didn't deserve a dime. He left me everything, my husband said, grinning. And you? Well, you've always lived off me. Why would you expect anything now? That's the moment I knew I had to do something. My name is Naomi. I was married to Derek for 9 years. I wasn't perfect, but I loved him. I supported him, and I stood by him when no one else did. We met when he was broke, dreaming of starting a business. I paid rent, bought groceries, helped him build his brand, designed his website, took customer calls, and when the money finally came in, I didn't ask for credit. I was happy to stand beside him, proud, until his father died and I saw who he really was. Derek's father left him a large inheritance, nearly $400,000, enough to change our lives. When the lawyer called us in to read the will, I didn't expect anything. But what shocked me wasn't the amount. It was Derek's face after, cold, distant, like I had suddenly become a burden. That night, he told me we needed to rethink our roles. Said now that he had money, he wanted me to start pulling my weight. I blinked. You mean after I carried you for 5 years? He laughed. That was survival. This is real now. Don't act entitled. Those words burned. Entitled. He looked me in the eye and said I brought nothing of value. That if we divorced, I wouldn't see a cent, because I didn't earn it. So I nodded, smiled, and the next morning, while he showered, I went to the safe. Because guess who kept track of all the passwords? He always thought he was smarter than me. Slicker, better with numbers. But he forgot one thing: I was the one who organized his life. I set up the account when his dad first got sick. I knew the lawyer's name, the logins, even the recovery questions. So when I sat down at the laptop, everything opened like a door I was never supposed to walk through. There it was, the full wire transfer. $396,500 in a new account under his name. I stared at it, heart racing. He hadn't touched it yet, but I had full access. For 10 minutes, I just sat there, debating. Then I moved it. Not all. Just $150,000 into a secondary account we once used together. Still under his name, but with my access. Just to see if he noticed. He didn't. Days passed. He acted like a king. Told me to cook more since I wasn't working. Started coming home later, dressed sharper. Mentioned hiring a financial advisor, but didn't include me. You wouldn't understand this stuff, he said. I nodded, smiled. Every time he dismissed me, I moved another piece. I didn't spend a cent. Didn't touch it. I just relocated funds like a chess game. Spread over 3 old accounts he forgot existed, still under his name, all controlled by me. Technically, nothing was stolen. Nothing was missing. It was all still his, just harder to reach. Then I found the folder, labeled PRENUP 2022. I opened it, and that's when I realized he had been planning to leave me all along. The documents were filled out, just missing his signature. He wanted to wait until the inheritance cleared, then walk away clean. No alimony, no split. That was the moment I stopped feeling guilty, because now it wasn't about revenge. It was survival. He walked into the kitchen with a satisfied smirk, said he had a meeting with a luxury realtor. Time to start living like we earned it, he told me. We? That word nearly made me laugh. I asked him if he'd checked the account lately. He frowned. No. Why? I shrugged. Just curious. An hour later, he called my name from the office. Voice tight. Measured. Naomi, did you move anything? I played dumb. Move what? He stormed into the room, eyes wild. There's money missing. I looked him dead in the eye and said, Is it missing? Or just somewhere you can't reach? He exploded. Accused me of theft, of betrayal. Said he could call the bank, have everything frozen. I reminded him everything was still in his name. Technically, but without my access codes, without my memory, it was useless. He looked at me like he was seeing a stranger. I said, "You told me I didn't deserve a dime, so I made sure you'd feel what it's like to lose something you think you own." He shouted, "This is my money." And I whispered, "Exactly. And look how fast it slipped through your fingers." He threatened to call the police. I told him to go ahead. Tell them your wife moved your own money into accounts you legally control. Tell them about the prenup, about the lies, about how you planned to leave the moment your father died. He went quiet. In that silence, he realized something terrifying. I wasn't the Navi wife anymore. I was the woman who knew everything. And he was standing in the ruins of the game he created. That was the night he packed a bag and left. No apologies. No shouting. Just defeat. 2 days later, I got an email from his lawyer. Subject line, financial misconduct allegation. I almost laughed. He really thought he could spin this into theft. I forwarded the email to my own attorney with a full timeline, transaction records, and copies of the prenup he left lying around. My lawyer called me the next day. "You're protected," he said. "You didn't steal. You organized. And if he wants to go to court, let him try." That gave me more satisfaction than any revenge fantasy ever could. Because I hadn't just hurt him, I'd outplayed him legally. Meanwhile, Derek's facade started to crumble. Mutual friends called me, asking what happened. He was telling people I drained him, that I hacked his accounts. I didn't correct them. I just said he should have appreciated what he had while he had it. They went silent every time. He tried to freeze the accounts. Too late. Tried to reset passwords. Didn't remember the answers. What was the name of your first dog? He had never had one. I picked the question years ago, half as a joke. Now it was my wall. And he had no key. He moved into a friend's place. Then a motel. I could track his spiral from the tone of his texts. First threats. Then guilt. Then begging. "We can fix this. Please, let's talk. You're destroying me." But I didn't reply. Because I wasn't destroying him. He built this collapse himself. For the first time in our marriage, I was calm. No yelling. No crying. Just clarity. I wasn't his wife anymore. I was the storm that passed through after years of quiet suffering and left everything clean. The divorce was finalized in 90 days. No court battle. No drama. He walked away with less than he expected and far less than he believed he deserved. I didn't fight for the money. I didn't need it. What I needed was to know that I could walk away on my own terms. And I did. I moved back to the city, found a small apartment, took a job at a local nonprofit. Nothing flashy, nothing grand, just mine. I bought secondhand furniture, made my own coffee, watered plants that never judged me. Every small choice felt like freedom, like breathing after holding it for years. Sometimes I'd get emails from him, one-liners. "Are you happy now? Do you miss me?" I'm still hurting. I never answered. Not because I didn't care, but because those were the same kinds of messages he used to ignore from me. That was his pattern: hurt, then beg, then vanish. I journaled every night. Not about him, but about me. What I liked. What I wanted. What I'd stopped dreaming about during the marriage. It's funny how easy it is to forget who you are when someone convinces you that you're nothing without them. I wasn't angry anymore. I didn't need revenge. I had peace. And that's what people like him never understand. The loudest revenge isn't destruction. It's becoming unshakable in your silence, not needing to prove anything. just being free. People say money changes people, but it doesn't. It reveals them. And Derek? He was always that man. Arrogant, entitled, careless with love. It just took one inheritance for him to show it fully. I'm just glad I saw the truth before it cost me more than time. It's been almost a year. I haven't heard from Derek in months. I don't check anymore. His voice doesn't echo in my head. His opinion doesn't define me, and that more than anything is the real victory. I didn't just leave a marriage. I left a version of myself that believed silence was safer than standing up. Some people ask if I went too far, if moving his money was wrong. Maybe. But when someone tells you to your face that you're worthless, that you don't deserve a dime, you stop playing fair. You stop playing small. You protect what's left of your dignity. I never wanted his money. I wanted his respect. And when I realized I'd never get it, I chose to respect myself instead. That was the moment everything changed. The lie wasn't mine. It was his. The one where I was lucky to be with him. The one where I owed him my life. I don't owe anyone who belittles me. I don't owe silence, or patience, or understanding to someone who never offered me the same. What I owe is honesty to myself. And the honesty is this: I made the right choice. Not perfect, not easy, but right. So now I ask you, if someone told you that you brought nothing to the table, would you walk away quietly or show them what nothing can really do? Tell me in the comments. And if you've ever been underestimated, there's another story waiting for you next. You are stronger than they think.